Do you ever feel like your mind just won't stop? You replay conversations. You imagine worst-case scenarios. You think about things that haven't even happened yet. And no matter how hard you try, you can't turn it off. That is overthinking. And if you're struggling with it, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Overthinking is not just a habit. It's a pattern your mind has learned. And today, you're going to learn how to break it. Overthinking doesn't come from nowhere. It usually comes from one thing: the need for control. Your mind tries to predict every outcome, so you don't get hurt. It replays the past to avoid making mistakes. It analyzes everything to feel safe. But instead of protecting you, it traps you, because the more you think, the more confused you become. And the more confused you are, the more you keep thinking. It becomes a loop. Overthinking feels like you're solving problems, but in reality, you're creating more of them. You turn small situations into big worries. You assume things without real evidence. You stress about things that may never happen, and slowly, it drains your energy. It affects your confidence. It steals your peace. Overthinking doesn't give you control. It takes it away. You replay conversations again and again, thinking, "Why did I say that?" You struggle to make simple decisions because you're afraid of making the wrong one. You imagine negative outcomes even when things are going well. And sometimes you feel mentally exhausted without doing anything physical. That's overthinking. Here's the tricky part. Overthinking feels productive. It feels like you're preparing, like you're being careful, but you're not. You're stuck in a cycle where thinking becomes your comfort zone, because doing nothing feels safer than making a mistake. So your mind keeps you thinking instead of acting. Now let's talk about how to break the cycle. First, become aware of it. The moment you notice you're overthinking, pause. Ask yourself, is this helpful or harmful? Second, limit your thinking time. Give yourself 5 minutes to think about a problem. Then, move on. Not everything needs hours of analysis. Third, take action. Even small action breaks the cycle, because action creates clarity, while overthinking creates confusion. And finally, accept uncertainty. You can't control everything, and that's okay. Peace comes when you stop trying to control every outcome. Your mind is powerful, but it needs direction. If you don't control your thoughts will control you. Learn to let go of what you can't control. Focus on what you can do right now, and trust that not everything needs to be figured out immediately. Overthinking can become addictive, not because it feels good, but because it feels familiar. Your mind gets used to constantly analyzing everything, every situation, every conversation, every possibility. And when you try to stop, it feels uncomfortable. Silence feels strange because you're not used to peace. So your brain pulls you back into thinking again. This is why breaking the habit is hard. Not because you can't stop, but because your mind has learned to stay busy. Here's something most people don't realize. You don't need to figure everything out. You don't need to have all the answers before you move forward. Life doesn't work that way. Clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from living, from trying, from taking action. The more you wait to feel ready, the longer you stay stuck. Sometimes, the best thing you can do is take a step forward without knowing exactly what will happen, because that's where real growth begins. Overthinking doesn't define you. It's just something you've practiced for too long. And like any habit, it can be changed. Start small, stay consistent, and give your mind the peace it deserves. If this helped you, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. And tell me in the comments, what do you overthink the most?